Me today. I found a very interesting podcast and channel that I'd like to direct your attention to. This is Dr. Robert Cyrus, and I think I have directed your attention previously in some of my previous videos on his some of his podcasts. He is a bariatric. He is a surgeon, adult surgeon, and then he does surgery on children, and he also is a bariatric surgeon, and he does have a private consulting for nutritional programs. So, he has the question, will bariatric surgery work for you? I think with my bariatric program, I went to a 6 and 9 month training before I had my surgery. Unfortunately, my tool was not as effective as I thought it was going to be. I had a 3-month period of active metabolic weight loss, and then I had to work after that. I had to work on my weight loss. First, through the first to 6 to 9 months, I worked on the cognitive behaviors of eliminating. I had to eliminate smoking. I had to eliminate the sodas, the unhealthy fast foods. I had to eliminate caffeine. I had to implement a routine exercise program in my daily practice of movement of some kind of program of spin or swimming or calisthenics or yoga or something like that. And I had to do 150 minutes a week. Then I had to learn the cognitive behaviors to prepare me for bariatric surgery in the future. Some of the things that I had to decrease, some of the known substances that caused me to gain weight and to really counterproductive my metabolism for my age group. I wasn't always obese. It started happening in 2005 when a lot of things changed in my life. But needless to say, whatever the cause or whatever the catalyst was that set me on a metabolic path of unhealthiness, it did happen. And I gained 80 pounds. I looked in the mirror one day and I found out that I was 80 pounds overweight. I didn't even recognize myself in the mirror. And my daughter at the time, and this is a picture of me that I found, and I said, who is this person? I didn't always look that way. And I was like, yeah. And my daughter said, Mom, you are fat. You're going to have a heart attack. I was 51 years old. And I was like, I was so insulted. I was like, yeah, like really, I am fat. And what's going to happen? I'm just going to keep fatter and fatter and fatter. So then that was my catalyst to make a realization that, yeah, I'm fat. And what am I going to do about it? So I set upon a, calorie restriction, try to exercise. I mean, who could exercise in a body like that? I mean, I was heavy. I mean, I was obese. I didn't start out that way. This is come from an Italian background. That's my dad. I wouldn't call him fat. We're short, stout Italians. That's me. I think I was about 6 years old. I wasn't called fat. And then in 2000, here's me as a 11-year-old, I think 11 or 12 years old, 1972. I wouldn't say I was fat, but then things happened, life happened, whatever you want to call it. And I got to the point of obesity. Yes, I woke up and I was Jabba the Hutt. And I really had to work hard for the 70-pound weight loss. Did it miraculously fall off? No. I had to work really, really damn hard. I had Cankles. The doctor said, don't worry about those Cankles. Does nothing to do with anything. It's just your imagination. Exercise, get on that treadmill, eat less, low fat, right? Psychological warfare. Yeah, I did that for 3 years. And it was absolutely mentally exhausting that I had to fight. I had to fight everything. My family, I had to fight, social cues. I had to fight, we call that, cravings. I had to fight people. Yeah, I got down to a normal BMI. I got to be a triathlete. I was on my bariatric high. I was calorie restriction. And I went from a big fat, ugly 215-pound on my little itty bitty petite body, right? Because I'm small, right? I'm not big. I'm not big boned. And eventually, yeah, I starved myself. For about 3 years. 3 years of psychological starvation, right? Everybody says, well, you didn't starve yourself. Believe me, you don't know the tricks that I did. The tricks that I did to stay at a low. I had no hair. I lost all my hair. Lost all my hair. Yeah, got an autoimmune disease, got H. pylori, got IBS because I was running marathons and triathlons and all kinds of things and inflaming my body, and who knows what happened to me, and I kept this up. I run my body into the ground. My immune system collapsed and I got really sick. I got really sick in 2016. Yeah, I have so many medals to prove I was a triathlete at 54 years old, 55 years old. I wanted to go to Kona. I wanted to be the best triathlete. Well, it didn't happen for me. It didn't happen for me. I tried my best to stay lean, but it didn't happen. It didn't stay. It did not stay. So anyway, he talks about obesity in children. He talks about PCOS in children.
But I realized that bariatric surgery was just weight loss. It was the best diet out there. But ultimately, the majority of people, as they do with diets, failed weight loss programs, whether it was surgical or non-surgical. So around 20 years ago, we started to look at the cause of obesity, and we realized that obesity was not a calories or a weight problem. It was a substance abuse problem. And it was a behavioral transformation in terms of how people handle their emotional needs. So we developed a behavioral management program looking at carbohydrates as a drug, not as a source of calories. And we established a cognitive behavioral therapy program using a low-carb, high-fat, ketogenic diet 20 years ago. The beauty about doing what we do, it allows us to be.
Now, I found out about this keto business way back in 2011, right? Beginning of 2011. I was like trying to lose weight, and my hormones were all screwed up and I couldn't get any answers, and people were telling me, you look fine. Yeah. Meanwhile, I was ready to have a heart attack. My mom had a silent heart. She had an MI, silent MI at 50 years old. So I was going to go down, right? Or get some kind of cancer or something like that. But, the thing about it is that I went to an endocrinologist. She said, oh, no, you don't want to do that keto stuff. You need sugar. You need carbs, right? You need it for your body. Just eat a standard American diet, low fat, and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm.
The doctors we were trained to be. And it allows us to take care of our patients where results matter, where we can measure and we can track change.
Do you know how many dietitians that I went to in my lifetime since 2011? A lot. And guess what? Had to pay out of the pocket because they didn't cover under insurance. Only on my bariatric surgeon under that period of time was covered. But I paid $7,000 out of my pocket to lose 70 pounds. Yes. As it turned out, since 2012, I've gained back 15 pounds and I can't lose it. I've tried every starvation diet, every fasting diet, ketogenic diet, low carb diet, plant-based diet, everything. My body needs another metabolic reset. I wish I could get this lab band out and convert it to the sleeve or gastric bypass. I don't have no insurance. They could feed my stomach over in Mexico to those sharks in that ocean out there, whatever they want to do with my stomach, I don't care. At least if I could have a bariatric reprieve again for another 3 years.
There is no more inspiring thing to a physician than seeing a happy, healthy patient who has recovered their health. In order to stay motivated, you've got to see progression and you've got to see sustainability. So we have to realign patients' expectations. We change away from the scale to blood sugar. We change away from the scale.
Non-scale victories, because after you'll probably reach a plateau, so you have to rely on measurements and other things, sports events or things that motivate you to keep your weight loss going. That's what I did for since 2012. But I'll link his channel, his nutrition network. I'm sure that he offers bariatric coaching and other nutritional program help for people that are struggling. I'm sure it's not goes under your insurance plan. I'm sure you'll have to pay out of your pocket, but it's an option. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.